by Crown Royal Regal Apple.
He is Jalen Rose. I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What exactly is it that we do, Mr. Rose?
We give the people what they want.
Jalen, we have a super wild card weekend upcoming in the NFL. 6 playoff games in 2 days. And we have proof that aliens visited us 3 years ago from a Harvard professor. We will get into all that, but we will start with a triple-double from Luka Doncic last night. He led his team to a win over the Rockets. Jalen, you saw something in Luka. You had a feeling, a premonition about Luka. What was that watching this game?
That is what a franchise player looks like. That is why I don't use the term superstar very often. So when that word comes out of my mouth, it has substance. And for Luka and what he's doing in the league, the 30 points, the 15 boards, the 10 dimes, for him to do that before the age of 22 3 times? Jacoby, I fell in love with basketball in the late 70s and the early 80s. Those two players who were the catalyst other than the great Dr. J. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And when they went on to play in the NBA, they never seemed like the fastest. They never seemed like the most athletic. No. They just seem like they get everywhere they need to get at all times. Oh, if somebody's open, I'll drop the dime. Okay, I'm grabbing the board. I'm leading the break. And so Luka, what he's doing in Dallas, when you really look at great owner in Mark Cuban, outstanding coach in Rick Carlisle, but when you look at their team, it's like he's getting the most out of their guys.
He is. He really is.
He's getting the most out of their guys, and this is without Porzingis. It is outstanding to watch the maturation of Luka become a franchise, all-time great player.
Giấy hiên nhà lắng nghe tiếng mưa dù dịu dàng, mùa hè sắp quay về với tôi.
So far, so early in his career.
So I'm going to take everybody behind the curtain because Jalen often off wax will say things like, well, if you're the superstar, you're supposed to get us the wins. Don't complain. But look at this roster. Look at what Luka Doncic is working with, and he's leading these teams to win. Now, yesterday, Tim Hardaway Jr., he played great. Came off the bench and had 30 points. And also, Willie Cauley-Stein got the start in that one and played well himself. They're getting good contributions from him, but it is Luka who is driving this. It's Luka who is the orchestrator. Everything just seems to be slow and easy for him. Does he ever get dunks on people? No. Does he shoot great from three? No. Does he get buckets? Yes. And he rebounds and leads his team in transition and gets all these hits. He does everything for this team. It has been an amazing performance. But Jalen, I need to point out something from the other side of the ball that we called a long time ago. Yes, it is time for some broken news.
To everyone else, it's breaking news. To Jalen and Jacoby listeners, it's broken news.
We tried to tell y'all in the offseason that one of the most impactful free agent signing was someone that no one's ever heard of because he played in Detroit and no one is watching Detroit Pistons games besides us two and people in Michigan, and that is the signing of Christian Wood to the Rockets. He has been a true revelation to those that don't watch Jalen and Jacoby. 23.6 points a game. 10 rebounds a game in 5 games, and he is doing everything that Capella did and plays offense and can shoot and can pick and roll and can pick and pop and do everything. Jalen Rose, why is this man not in the Pistons?
Jacoby was clowning me at the end of last year. We were on the phone, League Pass, going through the games, and he was like, you watching the Pistons? I don't know nobody that's on their team right now. I can't name anybody that's on their team. And I'm like, well,
who are these people?
There's somebody that's on their team that has a chance to be special. Christian Wood. And the thing about him, Jacoby, out of respect, everybody wants Anthony Davis. He's first team All-NBA. Can play the 5, can play the 4, can shoot the 3. But when he was in Detroit, I was calling him a discount version of AD. He wasn't getting top dollar.
Đông vẫn thấy mình cô đơn. Con đường về đã đi cả ngàn lần. Trở nên lạ lắm, không sao quen thuộc. Ô kìa, bóng đèn đường vẫn lững lơ. Chờ tôi, chờ tôi. Giấy hiên nhà lắng nghe tiếng mưa dù dịu dàng, mùa hè sắp quay về với tôi.
He had the potential to get the numbers, and nobody knew who he was. 3 years and $40 million. Let me give you some context. Blake Griffin is basically gonna make that this season. Just think about that. He's basically gonna make that this season, $40 million. So Christian Wood has been a great pickup for the Houston Rockets, playing alongside James Harden And John Wall, he's going to always
Great
be
for
able
him.
to get numbers and
It
get
is
lobs and
great
get out in transition. No doubt.
Glad you brought up Blake Griffin playing because, he wasn't playing last night. He was resting when the Bucks went off against the Pistons, and Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 43 points on 17 for 24 from the field. He was absolutely dominant. What did you see from the MVP?
Well, he played like the back-to-back MVP, and we just frankly, like majority of the teams in the league, don't have anyone physically able to oppose his height, his agility, and his aggression. And then his versatility and motor. There's so many things that make Giannis great. And that's why when I'm watching League Pass Jacoby on a weekday, I appreciate him bringing it the way that he does. And Chris Middleton also knocked down a couple of buckets. I saw Drew Holiday do a great finger roll on the baseline. He's going to be an all-star for them this year. Don't sleep on the Bucks. They've continued to add to their roster.
One thing about the Bucks is they've been known as a great regular season team. They've been known as a great defensive team. But Jalen, I know it's early, so I'm not gonna blow this stat up. But it's interesting that they have the #1 offensive efficiency in the league thus far, and that number's only gonna go up because I got some bad news for you, J. Rose. They're playing the Pistons again tomorrow. And then they're playing the Pistons again next Wednesday. Because they're doing these little baseball series to keep the travel tight. So they played the Pistons last night, waxed them. Giannis is just like, I gotta wait one day to get another 40 points. And then they play them next Wednesday too. It's gonna be, they're just gonna feast on this Pistons team over the next week and one day. I can't wait for that.
I'm cooking on Sunday, fam. I'm watching the Lions,
Sunday,
I'm watching the Pistons.
Saturday, and Sunday,
Celtics.
it is going down. It is the super wild.
Trong giấc mơ chỉ toàn người khóc, người vui, người điên. Trên áng mây cao là hoàng hôn, thổn thức tim tôi. Vẫn một góc phố đông chiều mưa, tôi nhìn quanh chỉ thấy xe cộ ngang treo. Không đợi nhau, không trông chờ nhau, không tìm nhau như trong
Card
43, his 15th career 40-point game in the Bucks win over the Pistons. He had 30 points on 12 of 14 shooting in the first half, his most in the first half of his career. Jason Tatum dropped 40 in the Celtics win over the Raptors. Tatum has 210 points through 8 games of the season, the most by a Celtics player since Paul Pierce in the 2006-2007 season. And Steph Curry scored 30 points in 3 quarters, just missing a triple-double by 1 rebound and 2 assists in the Warriors' blowout win over the Kings. Curry's 4th 30-point game in his last 5 games. So, how hot has Steph Curry been? After a career-high 62 points on Sunday and his 30 points last night, Curry has 92 combined points over his last 2 games. That is tied for the 3rd most in a 2-game span across his NBA career. Curry's next 2 games are on ESPN, both against the Clippers, tomorrow and Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern.
And Kevin Durant under quarantine for 7 days after the NBA's contact tracing initiative revealed that KD had been exposed to COVID-19. Now, as you may recall, he recovered from COVID earlier this year. He has tested negative. He is eligible to return on December 12th against the Nuggets, but that means he is going to miss a total of 4 games for Brooklyn, a team with such high expectations with a healthy KD and Kyrie. And in 7 games thus far, Brooklyn's net efficiency differential with KD on the court is 31.4, which means that his presence in games has amounted to a difference in 31.4